Hi, and welcome back to Bedecked in the Burbs. I'm Beck, and on today's episode, we are going to be talking about aspirational style. When I Googled aspirational style in preparation for this video, what I found was actually a Reddit post with a really good discussion going on. So I'm going to take some of the points from that Reddit post and respond to them and, give tips along the way and everything. So the Reddit post was called, "Has anyone successfully changed to their aspirational style?" In the post, some people had, some people hadn't, some people left really good tips, and some people were just discouraged by the whole thing. Let me know down in the comments below where you fall in this spectrum of aspirational dressing. Let's define it a little bit. Aspirational dressing or aspirational style is basically dressing for the job you want or dressing for the life you want. So it's just dressing or having a style that you aspire to, as simple as that. Not to define a word with a word, but that's all it is. Okay, so this person said, no, but I think it mostly has to do with money. I would love to only wear really cool comfy pieces from Eileen Fisher, Black Crane, and Jessie Cam, but that is not cheap. Totally get that. If I were in a perfect world, I would be every day in things like blazers from Veronica Beard, Smith, Cinca Set, crazy, colorful blazers. That's kind of my aspirational style. This one I got on sale. So there are certain brands we aspire to wear, but we just either can't afford them or have other priorities and don't want to purchase that. And that's totally fine. Could I buy a $700 Veronica Beard or maybe $300 Veronica Beard blazer? Yes, but that would be the only thing I bought all year. So that's just different priorities. A lot of good tips people had that I thought of right away and agreed with is thrift. Thrifting is really a great way to do it. You can look on ThredUp, you can look on Poshmark, The Real. There's all sorts of different sites. You could look physically in thrift stores and have it be like a journey, a challenge for you. Actually, if you're in Wisconsin, in the Milwaukee area, there's this sale called Design Consign, and they have amazing designer things. I have a stylist acquaintance who goes, and she's always bringing home the most fabulous designer pieces, including a Veronica Beard suit. Boutiques that are more curated or thrifting events that are more curated are a really good place to look for stuff like that. The other option is wait until the end of a season. If it's a really cool pair of wool trousers, buy them now when the wool trousers are 75% off or something. While you're doing that though, make sure if you can, try on these things first. So you already know what your size is, you can have the wish list. I went into one of the big department stores in Chicago. I went in there, I happened to be in Chicago one time. So I tried on these jackets. I had no intention to buy, but I tried them on. No pressure because it was a department store. So then I knew what sizes I needed so I could watch for them on the secondhand market or at the end of season sales. Okay, this person, yes, I went from wearing essentially nothing but jeans and t-shirts every day to my preferred style, which is majority dresses and skirts. This was over the course of probably 3 to 4 years, and I've been set in my style for about a year now. Also overhauled my house clothes over the same period. Most of what I have now is Rick Owens or Helmut Lang, and it's majority secondhand or clearance purchases, like I said. This person says, one of the hardest barriers to overcome was accepting it's okay to spend money on something when you know what you want. If it's reasonably within your budget, buy it. Then wear it and cherish it for the awesome piece of clothing, boots, bag it is. That's really good advice because if you're trying to find an equivalent of the thing you really want, you just might, and I've heard this from other stylists or fashion influencers too, you might just keep buying things that are almost like it and trying to fill that hole, but the hole is never gonna get filled because it's not the thing. So instead of buying 5 different blazers for $75 each or $50 each or whatever, why don't you just save up, wait for a sale, and buy that one blazer you want? It could be anything. Maybe Chanel ballet flats are your aspirational style. You tried them on, you know you love them, and you buy Sam Edelman, you buy Steve Madden, you buy all these other flats, Lucky Brand, all these other flats, and they're fine, they're serviceable, but they are not scratching that itch. And now you spent $300 and Chanel ballet flats are $1,000. So you'd have to buy quite a few until you got there. but you know what I mean. Maybe, maybe a brand that's half that price. I love this one. I have a lot to say. At first, I felt like people would judge me or like I was wearing a costume, but that didn't last. Soon it was just how I dressed. If I like it, but it's impractical for my life, it's also fine to admire it, but not desire it, that particular item. So yeah, this commenter had some really good points. It does feel awkward to wear something different at first because someone is always going to comment on it. I work in an office. I have since I got out of college, and there's always someone who's going to comment on what you're wearing, especially if it's out of the ordinary. Even if it's just to say, oh, you look really nice today, then immediately you're like, did I not look nice that other day? Then people might assume you are going to an interview later. I work in a very casual environment, so whenever I wear a blazer, whenever anyone dresses up a little more, people are like, you don't have an interview later, do you? No, I don't. I just like blazers. But it's not gonna take that long if you're consistently wearing these things until people get used to it. Like, for instance, in 2020, you know, it was a dark time, as I always say. And we had half capacity in the office, and I was just kind of down, and I had a closet full of dresses I wanted to wear more often. So during 2020, I declared Fridays dress Fridays. And for a number of years, every Friday I wore a dress from my closet to work. The first few times, it was probably weird. People were like, why are you dressed up? But then it was like, I just said, yeah, it's Dress Friday. It's a thing now. And you know what? Maybe someone will play along. But even if they don't, it's only gonna take a couple times and people are gonna get used to it. Don't overthink it, just go for it. That was another good tip. This was a really good tip. Someone said, try out things that are on your comfort zone on vacation. So if you are a skinny jeans lady and you wanna try out wide leg pants, but they always just feel so big and so awkward, but you're going to Europe for vacation or New York or something like that, bring some wide leg pants there and try them out there. No one knows you, so there's nothing to lose, and see if you like them. This comment kind of broke my heart, so I wanna go into this one. My preferred style is badass, possibly biker chick, mostly badass. Think Daisy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In order to appreciably pull that look off, I need to lose about 20 pounds, grow 6 inches, and not spend my days helping little old ladies rehab their frozen shoulder. Also buy a Harley. I don't have the funds, so I'll stick with constantly tired lady who always seems to be at the dog park look. Okay, I have so many thoughts about this one. I will say the Harley biker comment is what people will say the first time you wear a leather jacket, no matter where you are probably. Like, I've gotten that too. I do have a leather jacket. Someone will ask you, where's your Harley? But if you own it and it becomes like your normal spring jacket or winter jacket or whatever, they're gonna get over it and you're gonna feel really cool. You're gonna feel like that badass S.H.I.E.L.D. lady, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. lady. And I looked at a picture of this lady. She does not appear to be that tall to me. I'm not sure what height has to do with it in this case. Why can't you wear a leather jacket? Like, what? I'm not sure what 20 pounds, what difference 20 pounds is gonna make. Don't wait till you lose 20 pounds. Buy the leather jacket now. I mean, if you're plus size or whatever, they make plus size leather jackets. If you're not plus size, it's super easy to, it's even easier to find a leather jacket. So there's no reason, Reddit commenter or anyone out there, you need to lose 20 pounds before you find your aspirational style. Now, if you are in the process of weight loss, I get it. You don't need to buy all that aspirational style right now, but there's no reason you can't like tiptoe in. A lot of these commenters said, work on it gradually. This is not something you're gonna do in a day. You can't overhaul, you can, I guess. You can, but you probably shouldn't overhaul your entire closet and replace it with all your aspirational pieces. Bring in things slowly over the course of a few years, and if you fluctuate in weight or if you're planning on losing a lot of weight or whatever, I get it. I've been there, and you kind of just have to buy pieces here and there as you go to work with what you already have, because you don't want to find yourself without something to wear that fits you. I don't see any reason you have to be a certain size to wear a leather jacket. There are things you can do. Maybe you can't wear this whole outfit, but there are things you can do. There are elements you can work in to look like an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and not have it be an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. costume, because you don't want to look like costume either. But you can work in badass elements regardless of if you're rehabbing old lady shoulders, whatever. You can work these things in and they'll get over it. They will not ask you forever where your Harley is. You don't need to ride a Harley to wear a leather jacket. Okay, this one I love. And this could be a response to the other lady. There was a time when I looked at that style and didn't dare think I could pull it off. One day I looked at myself in the mirror and went, why not? Like, why not me? Why can't I wear a colorful blazer or a biker jacket or cowboy boots, whatever your aspirational style is? Why can't I wear hats more often if your style icons wear hats? I don't know. And the only thing stopping you from doing that is you. Maybe in your job, in your day-to-day life, there are restrictions you have, and totally, I mean, we all do, but that doesn't mean you can't work in it somewhere else or just working in elements of it into appropriate places in your life. I mean, let's make it happen, guys. Let's make our aspirational styles happen. Like, for example, my style icons, 2 come to mind with my colorful suit thing, maybe 3. Fashion Pantry. I love all her stuff. Is that her name? Shoot. Blair Edie from Atlantic Pacific, the fashion blogger, and Christy Russell, who is a personal stylist out of Canada. Style Pantry. Whenever they wear bright, solid colors, I am so inspired, and I would love to walk around just wearing brightly colored suits all the time, but for my lifestyle, that doesn't make sense. A blazer is easy enough to take off. It's not so out of left field that it's gonna look out of place. It just looks a little dressed up like I'm going to an interview, which is fine. Okay, so you've found some aspirational pieces. You're not gonna replace your whole closet though. Now, what if you have already purchased these aspirational style pieces, but you haven't worked them into your life yet? One commenter said, don't keep a closet full of dresses that you're never gonna wear, just keep your favorites. So, I mean, if you wanna be a dress person and you haven't established Dress Fridays yet, maybe just keep a few dresses, don't replace all your stuff. If you need to wear jeans on a normal basis, you're still gonna need to keep some jeans in your closet, but keep those dresses for times you can wear them. Keep a Pinterest board. Keeping a Pinterest board is a great way to do it. And then, you know, find those looks for less, find out the brands they're wearing, and maybe either save up for them or find them for less. I think we have exhausted this, and this sun is coming to get me, so I better wrap this up. Do this gradually. Be patient. Replace some of the things in your closet with your aspirational style. Don't replace everything at once. Build this over time. And when you do it gradually, people will have more of a chance to get used to what you're wearing. And then in the span of, who knows, a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years, that will become your style. And when you find clothes that fit you and feel aspirational, maybe more doors will open up if you feel as aspirational as the clothes you're wearing. So that's it for today. Please do comment below on what your aspirational style is and where you're in your journey. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing and turning on those post notifications so you can be alerted right when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Bedecked in the Burbs. I hope you find your aspirational style, whatever that is, and I will see you next week for whatever I decide to deck out next. Bye.